We are live with the community. This is the Power Platform and Community Call for all of us. We are focusing on the monthly Power Platform stuff this week. It is going to be awesome. It is September. How did we get here, everybody? The year's flying by. It's amazing. Today's September 17th. I am David Warner, the Quizzitive, your humble host, and with me is the amazing Shane Young, April Dunham, and Kate is going to cover our Power Platform samples. So let's take a look at what we're going to talk about today. We got a plethora of community resources. We've got community samples. We've got Power Platform news and events. We're going to have group picture time, so get those fantastic faces ready so that we can show off to the community how awesome you all are. And then we've got two amazing presentations for today. Markus is going to discuss Stay Current or Get Blocked, smarter version control for Canvas apps. So excited for that. And then Tobias is back. He's going to talk about bring your custom code to the Power Platform. So some really cool opportunities here that is newer-ish that we're all excited to see. But first, let's talk about those amazing resources that are available to each and every one of you. We'll begin with our Microsoft Community Learning YouTube channel. Now, this is a YouTube channel that breaks all. YouTube is constantly telling us, hey, you should probably post less, but we don't. We post more. Why? Because we've got so much amazing content that all of you are creating and that we're able to share, that folks in Microsoft are creating that we're able to share. So we want to make sure that everybody gets everything they need as fast as they can, because the technology is moving fast, right, Shane? I mean, if you don't stop and look around once in a while, you might miss it. Right.
I think the technology is moving so fast, right? Like you've got to keep up in some capacity, and these are definitely great sources. So keep learning. That's all I can say.
Yep, absolutely. So we've also got our LinkedIn group for discussions. You can be part of that. We've got our open source tooling, all of our sample galleries across the whole Microsoft 365 and Power Platform spectrum. You only need to remember one, maybe two, if you're cool. URLs, aka.ms/community/home, or the fancy top level WowWee domain, community.ms. will give you access to all these amazing things. And if you're watching today, our amazing presenters, and you say, you know, I would love to share some things. I got some things that I think are really cool, but will the rest of the community think they're cool? I don't know. Shane, do you think everybody will think something's cool if someone decides to share their passion?
I think so, right? Like this is one of those things we harp on every month. I'm going to harp on it again this month. But, you know, we want you guys to present. We want you to join. And if you're sitting there thinking, well, how can I ever present? You know, that crazy Shane guy's already done one of his 550 videos on it. Like the topic's already been covered. That's okay, right? Things have changed since I covered it. You're going to say it a different way. It is going to be different. You're going to have your own unique spin. And you might be the one, your video, your presentation, your blog post might be the one that makes it click for someone else. So absolutely, please join us. If you know things, and all of you know things, you've got stuff to share and present with the community. And if you're nervous about getting started, David is awesome at helping you with your first time, helping you get prepped for it, making sure that you're in a good spot. This is a great way to get into community speaking.
Absolutely, Shane. Yes, absolutely. So don't be afraid, everyone. We want you to share with the community your passion. Others will hear different things in different ways from different voices, even if it's the same topic, even if it's the exact same sample that you're sharing or the exact same technique. I promise you, you will be warmly welcomed and everyone else will enjoy it. So don't be afraid. Reach out. We'll even buddy up with you. Okay, so we've got our Power Platform samples and badges. We're going to kick it over to Kate to tell us about the amazing work that you all have been doing.
Yes, hello everybody, and thank you very much, David. So yeah, today we have wonderful snippets from Markus, David, and Steve. Thank you guys for sharing them. They are awesome, and thank you very much. I really appreciate it. So we have a lot of in our gallery, and I'm wondering if we can hit 300 sample snippets and prompts till the end of the year. So I encourage everybody to submit your cool stuff, you know, because your stuff is really, really cool. And let's grow together. And if you have any questions, how to start, how to submit your snippets, prompt, or sample, just follow the link that you can see on the slide, or reach out to me, and I will be very happy to help you. And we will cover everything. So yeah, that's all from my side. Back to you, David. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you, Kate. Great to see everybody. Contributions there. And again, if we do get to 300 and you're the 300th, Shane will give you a hug. So there you go. It's incentives all around. Awesome stuff.
I can't wait.
I know. I just obligated you, and I knew you wouldn't mind because you love to hug the community. So, all right. We also have Sharing is Caring coming up. We've got October 13th scheduled. We're going to be flipping that switch here momentarily, but if you want to put it on your calendar as a good to know, we will get that form set up here in just a couple of days by the end of this week, I promise. This is Sharing is Caring is a program that provides hands-on guidance. So all those samples that you saw Kate talking about, what are they? They are contributions from all of you, but the gateway to that is GitHub, which is like, I don't understand GitHub. It's using terms like fork and blame and raw and pull request, and all those things are confusing, so I'm not going to even try. But we got your back. These are live sessions. They walk you through hand in hand together with other members of the community. It is a safe space, which means we don't even record it, and that allows you to ask any and all questions that you want without fear of it going on a record, because oftentimes when things are recorded, we always get afraid to ask questions, but we shouldn't be, because that's the only way we're ever going to learn. So please absolutely do keep on the lookout. We will let everybody know again when it is fully ready for scheduling and you can join it. It is coming up October 13th, and it also will count as a contribution. So don't be afraid of it. Come join. Members of the other community, or other members of the community, I should say, will be there to work with you. It is a great time. We're going to have a wonderful time learning together. But because it is a contribution that you do in that session, you also get badges for it. And where do those come from? That is our recognition program powered by Credly. So this is a best in class, which means that it's been recognized by Credly as best in class, not just us saying, hey, we're cool. Credly said you're cool. And it's all because of everything you all are doing. And we're in the middle of the superhero season, so you can get these cool superhero themed badges. The bonus badge is the Porcupine Rises. And what's right around the corner? October or Hacktober. So you can get that Hacktoberfest badge. Only available in October. You only need one contribution in the month of October to get that badge. So it's super cool. Only available during the month. And this is an absolutely free program. Costs you absolutely nothing. We cover the cost, but we do need you to opt in. If you haven't already, you can do so at aka.ms/community/recognition. And speaking of contributors, let's take a look back. Here are some of our contributors from August 2025. Now, you may be saying, hey, I think I contributed and I'm not on this list. We actually have 2 pages, so we'll show those in a second. But take a snippet of this. You can find it in the video. You'll be able to find it on my blog of the screenshots. Share it with your manager. Share it with your clients. Let them know you are being called out personally for the amazing work that you're doing in the community. And if you're not on here, we gather this from our community recognition program. So do get into that. That's how we're able to kind of keep track of everybody in a scalable way. And we want to thank you, each and every one of you, for all the amazing work that you're doing. So many great names on there. You could be next. And if you're afraid and not sure, don't be. We got you. So go join that Sharing is Caring session. All right.
Yeah, I love the fact that we have 2 screens worth of names. Like, that is so awesome. So kudos to all of you that continue to share. Someone just yesterday in my class was asking for examples and things, and I was able to point them straight here so they could come and see what you've done. So thank you.
Yeah, and to underscore what Shane's saying, this is during summer when everybody's out having fun, and they should be relaxing and recharging, but it still shows the amazing commitment by all of you. So we really cannot say thank you enough. So thank you. All right, so what are some events and conferences that are coming up? Well, we've got TechCon. Those 2 first part of the year are done. Check. Seattle and Atlanta. Dallas is coming up here in November, so check that out if you're able to. Of course, in October, we've got the Power Platform Conference that I know a number of us here on this call are going to be at, so super excited to see each and every one of you there that is able to attend, and I'm sure there'll be lots of pictures to share with everybody. So we're a global community. We want to make sure everybody feels part of the vibes and the excitement. We've also got Ignite coming up, so Ignite Possibilities. Ooh, that's very creative. We've got ESPC coming up in Dublin in December. And then ECS has already been identified for 2026. There's already some workshops out there, some cool speakers that are going to be there. That is in May of 2026. And you can check all those out, put the links in the chat, and I will include them in the show notes for YouTube for all of you as well. Now, that's not all, though. We have so many amazing local and regional events going on. So please support these if you can. There is a ton of work put into these by other members of the community that are doing all kinds of hard efforts and all that to make this stuff possible. Some of them are live, some of them are hybrid, some of them are virtual. If you can support it, please do. It's a great way to help others in your local community or even across the globe if it's virtual. So show your support, even if your support is just advertising it, amplifying it. They love it. They appreciate it. And I know we all do. So definitely get involved. All right, well, it's news time. So we are going to turn over to Shane. He's going to talk about his last week in the notes from the field.
I'm too lazy to type on these slides. So notes from the field. Over the last couple weeks, I've had the honor of Microsoft has a Copilot Studio Agent in a Day program, and so I've got to teach that. And then last week, someone that took the Microsoft one, they had me come in and do a week-long private class to teach their whole company about it. Anyway, not important. What's important was it was really interesting. The people last week, they were the first group that I had taught Copilot Studio to that had no Power Apps or Power Automate background, which made for very, very interesting challenge. And I really quickly realized what a disadvantage they were at, right? We always talk about how awesome you guys have got the Power Apps and Power Automate skills, how easy it's going to make you to learn to build agents. But seeing someone without that background, I realized what a huge disadvantage it was as well. So that was interesting. But really the big takeaway from this is the reason they brought me in was to build a very specific business solution. They wanted to learn how to do it. They're like, oh, we're going to make an agent. And I'm like, yeah, you can make an agent to do that, but it's not going to work, right? Like, I'm sorry, that's not the way that agents are meant to do. And so as we were talking through it, basically what they wanted to do is going to be a Power App with a flow with an agent beside it to kind of facilitate using the Power App. The reason I bring this up is like a lot of us kind of look at this whole agent story and they think, oh man, it's either agents or Power Apps, like it's a one or the other. And it's like this negative connotation. The reality is that the business solutions that we're seeing, it's a hybrid of all three: Power Apps, Power Automate, and Copilot Studio. So once again, I keep telling you guys, I'm going to tell you some more. I still love Power Apps, still love Power Automate, but I am trying really, really hard to learn Copilot Studio as fast as I can because it complements them. The same way that I had to learn Power Automate to build great Power Apps, I'm now having to learn Copilot Studio to build great Power Apps. So that's my lesson from the last week that I wanted to get out there in front of you guys. So if you're not thinking that way, if you think I'm talking crazy right now, you're falling behind. So let's look at these three as the partners in crime that they are, and how all three of them are the right answer to a lot of business solutions. It's not a either or scenario. There you go. That's my diatribe for the week.
Awesome. Thanks. And you are crazy, but crazy cool, right? So that is A-okay. Crazy, Copilot, cool. I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right. Let's move over to some news with April.
Thanks, David. So we have a few news items to cover here. First, user-defined functions for Power Apps are now generally available, so big round of applause for that. These allow your applications to be able to reduce repeated logic and be able to have your apps run faster. If you want to learn more about those, don't really know how they work, our co-host here, Shane Young, did a great video about this about a month ago, so definitely check that out. The other big thing, Power Pages search with AI summarization is now generally available. So what is this? This is like being able to give your Power Pages websites a Copilot experience. So when you go and browse in Bing and you do a search and you get the normal search results, but you also get that AI summarization. That's what this allows you to do inside of your Power Pages that you built. The other one, computer use in Copilot Studio, is now in public preview. So if you are in the US regions, right now it's still US regions, you're able to use computer use to be able to automate things and create these agentic experiences over things that don't have an API and websites and all that. So definitely check that out. If you're in the US region, you can try it now in public preview. And finally, code interpreter to generate and execute Python code. So this is a capability that we have in AI prompts that allow you to be able to actually turn on that code interpreter feature, and it can do all of these Python things like generate graphs and execute code. And if you want to learn more about that and don't know how it works, Scott Duro on our Power Platform Advocacy team just dropped a video early this morning on the Power Platform YouTube channel that you can check out and see how that works. But that's not all. We have some more news. We talked about this a little bit in the last community call, but want to give everyone an update on where we're at with Agent Academy. So if we build out the slide a little bit, we have some ranks here. So right now we have available to everyone the recruit rank. And so this is going to walk you through a foundational skills kind of Copilot Studio and how to build an IT help desk agent. So we have been blown away by the response to this, and we have over 200 people already complete this and get their badges. So if you do complete the material, you're able to get a badge to be able to be recognized for that. And we're pleased to announce that we can also offer badges for the other paths in this curriculum as they become available. So this is free, self-paced curriculum to get you started in Copilot Studio. We're going to be launching the next intermediate path here by November, and that's going to be our operative path. That's going to be more complex topics about building agents, and you'll go through a hiring agent scenario, and we'll follow that up with our advanced path, what we're calling Commander, in around the January timeframe, which will be all about ALM and Azure integration and all those more advanced topics. So definitely go check it out. You can get a badge for completing that. It's really easy. You just submit an issue in the GitHub repo, and you'll get your badge there and get recognized. And we'd love to hear your feedback on it and what you think and how we can keep improving this, because we're going to be constantly keeping it updated so that you all can learn how to get upskilled in building agents.
Awesome. You could say they're going to power up with the Agent Academy. See what I did there? Power up. Awesome. Very excited. Thank you, April. All right, everybody. Well, what time is it? It is picture time. So get those cameras turned on so that we can see all those fantastic faces. I will move this over, and while you're all getting turned on, I will get Camtasia set up.
Look, I brushed my hair today. Are we excited?
I did too. What are the odds of us both having that happen in the same day?
Zero, since you have no hair.
That's right. Aww. I don't know what to think of that shit. Yeah, I know. It's okay, everybody. All right, we'll give it just another second. We are doing okay on time because we have 2 presentations today, so we got a little more flexibility. We're outdoors today because summer is getting to the end, and so before you know it, we got to figure out a winter thing here. Microsoft needs to put in like a winter background for us or something so we can all be part of the snow. Okay, give it just another second or two. There's still some room in the front row. If anybody wants it, there's still some opportunity. All right, let's give this a countdown. See some still showing up there. Excellent. Okay. All right, Shane's doing the dance. All right, there's April. Awesome. So we'll go to the countdown. 3, 2, 1. All right, wave to the community, everybody. Great to see you all again. Thank you all for the support that you give to this community each and every single day. Really would not be possible to have these events without the amazing hard work that you put in. So we thank you so much. All right, well, let's get back to the regularly scheduled program. And for that, we're going to move into our amazing presenters of the day. We're going to start out with Markus, who's going to cover Stay Current or Get Blocked, Smarter Version Control for Canvas Apps. So, Markus, feel free to take on over the screen. The show is yours.
Okay, great. Thanks. Can you just let me know if you can see my screen okay?
Yep, looks great. Take it away.
Yeah, great. Okay, thanks, everybody. Thanks for having me. I'm just introducing myself real quick because I'm a first-time presenter here. So just so you know who's talking. My name is Markus. I am from Austria, Vienna. I was lucky enough since September 1st to be awarded Power Apps MVP. I mentor a few programs. I'm also very active in the community forums. And I'm also a contributor, as you can see at the bottom, to the GitHub repositories. So it's really, really nice being part of this program, and I love badges. So don't you dare taking them away, right? So, if you want to connect, just scan my QR code and send me a request. I will accept. And if you have any feedback, just let me know at the end of the session or hit me a DM on LinkedIn, and I would be happy, and I would really appreciate receiving feedback from all of you. So this is my first time presenting this session as well, so it's brand new. So let's get it started. I do not have more than these 2 slides and a closing slide, so I will be demoing. I hope the demo gods will be with us. If not, my good friends Sharon Smith and Keith told me to record, but I hopefully won't need it. So let's just jump to my screen, and I will tell you more about everything. So a former company I was working for tasked me and told me, hey, Markus, we have a problem. We have some issues that users are not using the latest version of the app, and it's leading to issues. So can you have a look at how we can get rid of this issue? And I was like, yeah, sure, let me check. First of all, I was able to find one solution how I can manage it, but after a few brain cells later. I found a few different ways, so I will guide you through. So let's just make a modification to this. So let's just say, hey, we need a date picker as well. Little disclaimer, I did not really put a lot of effort in the UI, so don't roast me, but we will get there. So just right now I made a modification and I'm here in the play mode of the app. And if you publish a new version, we all know that you will be notified, right? So we get a notification here, and after a while we should see the yellow notification as well. Great, it's here. So what are you going to do if the user does not pay attention to it? Or even worse, what is if he or she clicks the X button here, right? So we all know that we can just reload the page, but does the user also know? I don't think so. So if we reload the page, we see that the date picker is here. My former company was like, yeah, we have issues when we make modifications. Maybe you added a few fields, user need to input some data in, but they can't put it in because the field's simply not there. Or if you remove anything, so just every modification, the user will not be able to interact with them. So the first thing that, wait a minute, I just need to get rid of this. Yeah. The first solution is I'm using app formulas here. So I have one formula that holds the version number of the app. And I have also one SharePoint list here. The reason why I use SharePoint and not Dataverse is like not everybody is lucky enough to have premium features. So I was like, let's include also a few things here for people not being able to use premium features. So just using SharePoint here. I mean, you can also use Dataverse. So I'm just pulling also the version number of the list item. So let's say this is the list where you store all your apps and latest versions. So just insert the correct name here and it will pull the version back. So it's like, okay, let's reload the page. We see that the version of the app inside and also the version of the SharePoint list is the same. So I also have another screen here where it says a prompt that says, okay, your version is 7, latest version is 7 in this case, and a reload button. So using here just the text, and I also inserted here the formulas, right? So it will be visible. And I have a reload button here that launches the app. That's just the app URL of the details page and also launch target replace so that the user will not be spammed with different tabs in his browser. So great. Let's make a modification and see it in action, right? So I put 8 in here, just exit the grid view. I'm going back to the version, to the app. I reload, and now you can see that the user is logged out, right? So he or she will not be able to use the app unless the version matches. So I can hit reload here, but nothing is happening, right? So let's make the cross check. Just put 7 in again, exit the grid view, reload the page, and boom, the user is back to the screen where he or she needs to be, right? So this is the first option. But what if you are working with premium features and you are lucky enough to also work with environment variables, right? So it's not really a big deal. We have the same setup here. Just having the version over here. And in my solution, I also have an environment variable. Right now we can see that they match. So version 1, the version 1 is also here. So I have the same setup. I have a screen and I have a logout screen kind of. So in the start screen property, I'm just saying, okay, if they match, go to screen 1. If they don't match, go to screen 2, right? So let's try it out. So right now we can see the versions are the same, right? So we don't get an issue here. Once we make changes, let's say we put in 2, let's hit save here. So now the environment variable will be updated. Great. Just let's reload. Same like before, right? So the versions do not match. The user is logged out. Also, same issue here. If they click reload, nothing happens, and you can see that it's always the same tab, right? So let's switch it back. One thing to mention is that you just need to add the connectors for the environment variables, right? I mean, the values would be enough, but I just added them both. So now the versions should match again. If I hit reload, you can see that the app is in the screen where the user needs to be, right? So great. What if you love environment variables, but you do not have a premium license? We all know that environment variables inside of Power Apps, they need premium licenses, but we also know that we can use them in Power Automate without a premium license, right? So let's give the users another non-premium way to do it. This was actually the solution I most struggled with, to be honest. And I will let you know why. So let's just see here. So we have the same setup like before. We just use the app version 1 over here, and we can see in the environment variables, we just switched it back to 1. It's the same environment variable like before. So if I reload the page, we see the versions match and the user is in the right screen. So let's make the check. Let's go over here, hit save. We just wait until the environment variable will be updated. Also reload the page here. Great. Let's check. Now we can see that the user is still, is logged out. Yeah, why was it the solution I most struggled with? I tried different ways, and the way I did it right now is maybe not the best way you can do it, because as you can see in the onStart property, I used the navigate function. It's not working per default, so you would need to turn it on in the settings. So enable navigate function in app onStart. Another way you could do is like, you could do a splash screen, but you need to be aware that you cannot use the navigate function on the visible property of the screen. So you just need to work around it maybe with a timer, and on timer end to the navigate function to the different screens. I also tried, so if anybody knows more than me, and I think that could be definitely be the case. So I tried to get the value of the environment variable with the flow inside of my app formulas property, but I didn't find a way to do it. I mean, I was able to get it to work, but once I tried to use it in a start screen property, it told me that it isn't possible. So on this solution, I hit a few roadblocks. So the app onStart navigation was one of the things that worked for me, and also the splash screen with the navigate function on timer end. So yeah. And I have one more solution. So a big shout out to Stuart Baxter, who was giving me directions on this. So we all know that Halloween is around the corner, right? So this looks like a form of Dracula's help desk or call center. Just let me know in the chat who you would insert here. I would nominate Keith, not only because he loves Marmite, but also because he's a really good friend of mine. Just let me know in the chat who should receive a midnight call of Dracula this midnight. So yeah, I'm using I don't know if many work with it. So there is a Power Apps for Makers connector that is really cool, and it really deserves a session about the connector. So not going into it in much detail, but same thing is I'm putting a version here, and I'm just grabbing the count rows of the versions over here. So I'm comparing this formula with how many versions are stored in the details page. This works for sure the best way if you are working with different environments, right? So doesn't make sense to use it in a test environment, because then it could be the case that the latest version is not the published one or the live one. So yeah, but this is how it works. So let's just play the app and see what happens. Okay, looks like we broke the app, right? So no, just kidding. Halloween is around the corner, so I was like, you will know what comes. So it would be the other screen where the people would need to reload. Yeah, these. Let me just quickly show you one more thing so that you see that it is pulling the right things that we need, right? So if I take this variable in the text label, you can see 20 here. We can check back 20 versions on the details page. So it's an easy way. And I mean, in this way, not because I use the accounts table of Dataverse, but this way is also a non-premium way to do it. So you have different options, either if you are using premium or non-premium. I hope that you enjoyed it. And let's go back to one of my slides that is kind of following me from my very first presentation. So, sorry. What does a day in the community and a phishing day have in common? So I hope that everybody enjoyed my presentation. The guy on the left is a guy that is enjoying a fishing day outside. He caught one fish. The guy on the right-hand side caught a lot of fish, right? So even if it's only the case that I was helpful for only one person in this call, I'm happy enough, and even enjoyed being here. But it would also be cool if I could feel like the guy on the right. So I hope that there were a few ways for you to take away, and maybe you can let me know in the chat which of these versions would be the one you would try out. And happy
Super
to
cool.
be here, and I hope it's not the last time. So
for sure,
thanks everybody for
Markus.
listening.
Awesome, Markus. Thank you for presenting. And I by the way, I may be reading into this, but I like that you keep that up for a second, your screen share. I like that there's fishing poles in the basket, which to me means that you're welcoming other members of the community to come fishing with you, right? I may be reading into that, but that's what I'm seeing. You got all the fish, you got the fishing poles, you want to collaborate, work together. I love it. That's awesome. So great job. And thank you again for showing your passion to the community. Again, everybody, first timer, lots of great conversation in the chat that you made there, Markus. So excellent job. We'll see you on the next one. All right, Tobias, you are up. Feel free to start taking over the screen share if you would like. And I will get you introduced. Tobias is here. He's going to talk about bring your custom code to the Power Platform. Very excited for this one as well. So take on over that screen share, and it is all yours.
Thanks, David. Glad to be here. Hi, everyone. Just for a couple of times. I guess I saw some people in the audience that I know very well. So, Raphael, if you're here, Hi, especially hi from this side. So, guys, in this community call, I'd like to bring a topic on the table that is quite new. And in my opinion, it's also quite disruptive for the Power Platform. Let's talk about Power Apps, Code Apps. And these are Power Apps that are built entirely on custom code. And those who are familiar with the PCF components. I'm not going to talk about PCF components now. I'm talking about apps that are fully integrated into the Power Platform by following a code first scenario, just as you would do as a professional developer, writing a code-based application that you would deploy afterward in a runtime environment on the web. But before we start with all of this, I would like to introduce myself and tell you who I am. My name is Tobias Maestrini. I'm a proud and but busy father of three kids, two twin girls and a boy. This is what keeps me always highly on a dynamical value. I'm based in Switzerland, and I'm an M365, and I'm an MVP in M365 development. Currently working mainly as a Power Platform consultant and developer at the Swiss company called isolutions. We build software with low code and pro code approaches, and we create maintain digital workplace solutions for companies in Switzerland. We have a really strong focus on M365. If you'd like to get in touch, feel free to contact me. I would be very happy to get in touch with you here on my social handles. As I told you, today we're gonna talk about the code first approach on the Power Platform, which is meant to be a real developer's approach, putting pro code solutions into focus. And I would like to bring this up in 3 steps. I would like to introduce bring the concept to you, and then let's keep fingers crossed for being demo gods with me. And after that, let's wrap up and summarize what I was showing to you. So first, let's talk about this code first approach. And Power Apps, Code Apps, how are they called? It's brand new, and it's absolutely great from my understanding. And you build Power Apps, Code Apps in TypeScript, for example, in a Node based environment on your local machine, run them locally, and deploy them afterwards into the Power Platform. All you need to do is to bring up some stuff that you have to take care of on your local machine. You need to do some adjustments to bring the capabilities, or to make the capabilities available in your own code apps. And after that, you're good to go. You're going to develop your applications as you would do in a pro code or in a code first scenario. So what you need to do is you need 4 steps to get started. And this is kind of a minimal path to awesome, to create an app from scratch, which means, again, a pro or a code first scenario, which first needs some adjustments in a Power Platform environment. You first need to enable your code app capabilities. Then you have to install, or you have to make your local machine where you're gonna run or build and run and test your application to match the prerequisites and all the building or the tool chain that is meant to be necessary for this kind of applications you want to build. And then as it's very common approach, you build a new WIT app, which is locally a TypeScript app which runs in a Node context. And span up a code app, which is nothing else than a kind of, let's say, a little manifest that brings the capabilities from the Power Platform code apps environment to your local machine. And all that done, you just adjust the app, you bring some capabilities into the code, into the WIT or the TypeScript code itself. I will show it in a nutshell in a demo. You're going to run it, you're going to test it as you would like to test it in a professional testing approach, and you're going to deploy it on a Power Platform. So this is the minimal path to awesome, and I will step into the demo right now. So let me first start with the Power Platform Admin Center, which was the first point that you have to take into consideration. Sorry for having this scenario here built up in German, but nevertheless, you will be able to denote that this is the Power Apps Code Apps feature. Just get into your environment, your target environment, where you want to have the Power Apps Code Apps to be run into. So there you have to adjust the settings and make Power Apps Code Apps the capabilities available into the environment by switching here the Code Apps activity or the Code Apps selected to enable. And this is the only thing you have to take into consideration when you're gonna span up the development setup. Of course, there is a license restriction that this feature, the Power Apps Code Apps, need the user to have a Power Apps Premium license. But I'm not going to talk about licensing now. I'm going to talk about app development and deployment. Keep in mind there are still some limitations because the features are brand new and they're building. The whole team is building and bringing the capabilities more step by step to progress. So I would recommend to read the documentation in the links that I showed you before, and I'm gonna put it into the session notes as well. So back to the demo. The prerequisites for your machine, just make sure you have Visual Studio Code running. You need a Node.js server, which is based on a latest version. It needs to be at least Node 22, I guess. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is Node 22. And you need the Power Platform tools for Visual Studio Code. I definitely would recommend them because they come along with the new version of the Power Platform CLI, which has the Power Apps Code features integrated, and you definitely need them. So it's a good option to install the Power Platform tools for Visual Studio Code that come as an entire solutions for your local machine. And then you're ready to build your next Power App code with WIT, which I'm gonna show you now. So let's move to the code stuff. First of all, you need to install the WIT, or you need to create a new WIT application by using React template. I'm going to use here a React template. You can take a template of your choice, but keep in mind that you have to adjust the code as you on your own discretion. But the path I'm following is a React TypeScript application.
Hey, Tobias, real quick, can you just zoom in a little bit so that it's easy on the old people like me with eyes there?
Of course. Sorry, thanks for that.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you.
Is this better, David?
Maybe one more.
Yeah. Cool.
Perfect. Yeah, if that gives you enough room, that'd be awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. So give the application a meaningful name. Let's call it sample app, and then you're good to go. We need to change directory, and then we're gonna install all the Node dependencies, all the Node package that this app needs to to have this Hello World app is then built up. You see here this folder is called sample app, which contains all the stuff with the local files which are really necessary for your application. And then we have to, or we can run this setup right now. This is a boilerplate code which brings up in a browser a new Node application. npm run should do the trick. npm run dev, and you see it. The stuff is already working on port 5173. This is the boilerplate code, which I'm not going to change. That's why I'm switching back, and I'm going to adjust the port from 5137 to port 3000. This is really needed because at least at the current stage, the app needs to run on port 3000 on your local machine, and that's the integration thing that I'm going to show it to you in a nutshell. So we're good to go. We can have this adjustment here. It's all documented on the website, which I will paste into the link afterwards. And now we changed the width configuration to port 3000, which is meant to be good. So we can test the width app again, npm by using npm run dev again. And now you can see the same application is running on a different port, on the port 3000, and this is good. So this was the second this was the first thing in terms of building or constructing or span up the application. The second thing we need to do is we need to set up the Power Platform environment again, because we now need to make a connection to the Power Platform environment where we want to have our solution run in. So I was showing you before the code apps testing environment, which I built on purpose for this demo for building Power Apps code apps, and by using the pack env list CLI command, which comes with this Power Platform toolbox for Visual Studio Code, I would be able to connect to this code apps environment. You're free to connect to any of your Power Platform environments. Just make sure that you have this environment capabilities activated, which brings you to the activation of the capabilities for Power Apps code apps. So I'm good to go with the code apps environment. So I did already set up the Power Platform environment. I established an connection to this target environment, and now I'm going to initialize the code app. This is done by the pack code command, which I was talking before, and it's fairly easy to bring in this really simple command, pack code init. You give a display name, which is nothing else than the display name for your app that is going to be run in a Power Platform. I can call it sample app or whatever you like. And let's go for this. Notice this little file that was created, this power config.json. This is kind of the, as I called it before, the manifest file, which is really needed to establish this connection between the Power Platform and your local machine. So this one spans up the the connection from the Power Platform or from your local machine to the Power Platform. And that's at least or already the whole stuff that you have to do. By using pack code run, you're gonna run the Power app that you have built now, and look at this URL that is that came up here on the terminal. It brings a link that would point to the application that runs locally on port 3000, because this is the port 3000 here on localhost, and makes a connection from the Power Platform down to your local host. This should work in with a few clicks. The reason why the application is not able to run, or why I'm not able to run the app now, is because we have it's still missing some kind of code implementation that we have to bring in now. So everything from the environment perspective is set up. Now we have to bring in I'm going to stop the server here. I need to install the Power SDK now. And the Power SDK is nothing else than another NPM package for Microsoft Power Apps, which brings in another capability or brings in the SDK, the development kit that you can use within your TypeScript code. And as you see it in the package.json, this Microsoft Power Apps package was introduced or was downloaded and made as a and brought to the project as a dependency. So, oh, did I stop sharing? Sorry, that was not on purpose. So, by installing the Power Apps SDK, we also have to make sure that in our apps sources, we need to have the Power Provider component, which now in this case, it's a React component, which I'm gonna bring in now. And this React component, I'm gonna use afterwards in a couple of seconds, because this Power Platform provider makes the Power Platform SDK available in my code. So let's go a step further and look what is going to happen inside this main file that I have to adjust now. And as you saw, I've brought in the Power Provider component, which is a wrapper around this WIT app that was built by the boilerplate or by the generator that I was using at the very beginning of the demonstration here. So with this, we're good to go. We can go for npm pack run dev, which pack code run, sorry, which brings again this cryptic URL. And now, as you can see, we're good. We have the localhost 3000 on port 3000 running this very nice boilerplate app, and as well as the Power app, which runs from the Power Platform environment and makes a connection to my local machine, which runs on localhost port 3000. This is this app, which is even the same Power app or even the same TypeScript app as I would prove now. Just have a look at this one. I'm gonna change the code here. This is my awesome Power Apps code, app in TypeScript, which has already changed here from Power Platform environment down to localhost as a proof. Now on localhost, it's exactly the same output that I was expecting. So this was the whole magic that we did. It's kind of some adjustment that you need to do, but it's definitely worth to give it a try, because it's so cool, it's so great, and the team for the Power Platform developers team did a really good job, and I really like it, and I really like the way that we can build code first apps from a TypeScript, from a JavaScript perspective, and bring them into the Power Platform, make all the capabilities from the Power Platform and the advantages that the Power Platform brings for an application developer. We can make use of this. We can use all the connectors. We can use all the security as features that are built in the Power Platform, and this is absolutely great. What I did not show you is the deployment of the app that was built, but you can trust me. It's a one-liner. It's pack, code, push, and the application will be pushed into your target environment. So I'm gonna sum up now with the last thing I wanted to show, because it's nice, because it's easy. I want to point out again that make sure you introduce those 4-step or those 3 steps before you're gonna build or deploy your app. Just make sure you have Power Apps code enabled. Just make sure the tool chain on your local machine is ready to build or brings you the capabilities to bring up Power Apps code apps. Then initialize your code stack by building up a new Vite application and bring it the pack code, the Power Platform configuration manifest file, and then you're ready to go, you're ready to code, you're ready to test, you're ready to deploy. And with this, it was a pleasure being here. It was a pleasure to bring this brand new feature to you, and I hope you're gonna have the same amount of fun that I have. And if you like to connect, to reach out, to discuss with me, I would be happy to answer your questions. So with that, back to David, and thanks again.
Awesome, Tobias. Thank you so much for sharing. Now, everybody, there is a lot of moving pieces of this, right? We're very comfortable in the low code, no code space and a lot of the tooling that has been made for us. This is just another opportunity for us to embrace ways to work with the Power Platform. And if it is a little overwhelming to you, don't be afraid. There's lots of documentation. There's lots of samples. There's lots of ways to collaborate with other members of the community like Tobias. I guarantee Tobias would be like, yeah, I'd love to work with all of you and figure some more things out. So look out for all the stuff that's coming out. I know a lot of folks are working on demos and videos and samples in and around this more advanced opportunity. So like I said, don't be afraid of it, but if it interests you, then get involved with others and kind of crowdsource the learning opportunities. So really good stuff. Thank you to both Markus and Tobias. Shane, you got some gifts of gratitude for our presenters today?
Always, right? Like Markus, Tobias, thank you very much for sharing with us, taking your knowledge and putting it out there. All right, Markus, with your things, right? There's a lot of you spawn a lot of questions, right? People started talking about licensing. Somebody else had a blog post, like community in action from your presentation. And Tobias, like wowzers, man, I don't even know how you figured all that out. So very awesome to see you do that, and and we continue to remind all of us, right? We've got to continue to learn and stretch and find new things, right? We know that Generative Pages over in model-driven apps, they're making React, right? Like these are things that should be on our radar. It's changing the way we do things and opening up new doors. So Tobias, I definitely would not have learned about that at all if you had not shared with the community. So thank you for that. And both of you, awesome job. Loved it. So kudos.
Awesome. Thanks, Shane. Well, everybody, let's wrap this up. There are some resources available to each and every one of you still. If you liked this call, we got more. We've got our Tuesday call, which is the Microsoft Speakers call. This is what I say, you're getting it directly from those program managers, those product managers. That is on Tuesday every single week. We've got our monthly Power Platform. You are here, right? That's the little map guy on the mall map there. You are here. We've got our Office add-ins that is monthly. And then historically, we've had our two sibling bi-weekly calls, the Microsoft 365 and Power Platform and SharePoint Framework. Now, these span a lot of the same topics. These days, those lines are getting very blurry on how they interact with one another. So very soon, we are going to be making these one single name. Still every week, every Thursday, 7 a.m. Pacific time, we show them as different names and call them bi-weekly here. That still means there's a call every single week. We're just going to kind of simplify it and call it the Microsoft 365 and Power Platform community call. Not community call. Community call. So it's going to have the same name each week, and it's going to be a lot easier for everyone to consume. There's going to be a Microsoft Speakers call on Tuesday and a community call on Thursday. Simplify it. We're going to make it easy. We'll keep you updated as we make those changes. Speaking of that Tuesday call, we've got Paolo Pialorsi, the one and only, showing patterns for handling user settings in SharePoint Framework on Tuesday. And then Sarah and Matt will be back talking about OBO flows with Microsoft 365 Agents SDK. So lots of very cool things in store for us. You can check that out at aka.ms/community/MS Speakers Call invite with dashes. And if you'd like to collaborate with other members of the community, we still have our Discord server running strong, growing, almost 3,000 members now. This is kind of a great one-stop shop place and a location to be able to collaborate on multiple topics with multiple members of the community. So very, very cool. Check that out at ak.ms/community/discord. And then, of course, we would love to hear any feedback that you may have on these calls. Please do share it, even if it's good, even if you have already. We love to know that they're working out for you. And if you have suggestions, please do share that as well. Just please do keep it constructive. And the recording of this will be available within 24 hours on the Microsoft Community Learning YouTube channel. You can go subscribe. You can smash that like button and that subscribe button, ak.ms/community/YouTube. You can find us on LinkedIn and Blue Sky. The next call will be October 15th. That is one month roughly from today, the third Wednesday of every month at 8 a.m. Pacific. So make sure you join that community.ms site and get those invites downloaded. Thank you all again for being the best part of this community and contributing in all the ways that you do. Thank you, Kate, Shane, and April for joining me today. And we'll wrap it up. Have a great rest of your week and a wonderful week. And hopefully we'll see you on the community call tomorrow.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.